Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a fight between two men takes a deadly turn. Victoria police responded to a reporting stabbing last night. We have the details. And we have more details about who was involved in the plane crash that closed down a roadway earlier this week. We have the confirmed identities of the victims of the crash. Plus, the latest on the United Healthcare CEO killing. The murder suspect now facing multiple charges, and healthcare executives across the country are on edge.
And this morning, we've got some spotty to isolated showers and sprinkles out there. That trend will continue with us into the weekend with some rain chances. But what else is happening this weekend? We're going to be warming up to the nice weather before a front gets here next week. All of that in the weather coming up.
Crossroads teams do last night. I'll let you know coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and happy Friday.
That's right. She took the words right out of my mouth. Happy Friday. It's the end of another week, and now we are just 12 days away from Christmas.
That's right, Parker.
19 days away from 2025.
Oh, gosh.
Can you believe that? We went flying through
I want to
this
take my time. I don't mind just waiting a little bit.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too. I'm right there with you.
But today, we should let our viewers know that Amaya is going to be out with Toys for Tots at one of our local grocery stores. I'm sure we'll have more details posted on our website and our social media. And then tomorrow, Parker and I, we're going to be ringing the bell for the red kettles at the Salvation Army.
That's right. We're both going to be ringing the bell, the Salvation bell that is. It's going to be lots of fun. I can't wait. Y'all should come out and see us. We're going to be out there tomorrow morning. But thank goodness we're out of the 30s. The last couple days we've been at or below freezing. That is no longer the case. Look alive here in Victoria, where we are now sitting at 60 flat. I'm happy. That makes me happy because I'm not a fan of the cold weather. The warm weather is back, and that is here to stay this weekend. But 90% humidity, making it a little bit humid out there. Not really enough to see any fog. If you do see any, it's going to be really thin. But what you also might see is some rain. It's also going to be really, really light nature. You can see all across the crossroads. We got really spotty, really light showers, or maybe even a couple sprinkles. Like I said, some around DeWitt County and also some down in our southern counties as well. But I do think the rain activity will continue like that, especially for the morning time, spotty to isolated in nature, and really, really light showers or sprinkles. So I'm going to go ahead and say, with that being said, no need for an umbrella today, and also no need for a jacket anymore because we're back to the nice, lovely 70s. And we're going to look at all the details of your day and more coming up next.
One man is dead following a stabbing at an apartment complex. Around 5 p.m. in the 1900 block of Lawndale Avenue, police were on scene following reports of a stabbing. Here's what we now know. Two men were fighting when one of the men was stabbed. The man was transported to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. Police were looking for a man who fled the scene, but VPD now has one suspect in custody. The investigation remains ongoing. Federal aviation officials say the pilot in Wednesday's plane crash at Zacklands Parkway and Mockingbird ran out of fuel, forcing him to make an emergency landing on the highway access road. After landing, the plane hit two light poles and two vehicles, which split the plane in half. The pilot was en route to the Victoria Regional Airport at the time of the crash. The pilot's commercial license was issued in 2019. Local authorities and the National Transportation Safety Board will continue their investigation for more details on the crash. We now have a list of people who were involved in the crash. The driver of the red Kia Sorento crushed under the plane's wing is 68-year-old Jo Waitcheese's brewer. She's in a San Antonio hospital in critical but stable condition. The three other people injured in the crash have since been released from the hospital. They include the driver of the gray Toyota RAV4 that rolled onto its side, 35-year-old Sergio Lara, the driver of the black Toyota Camry, 26-year-old Clarissa Garcia, and a 14-year-old female passenger. The pilot is 66-year-old Paul Ferroni of Gunter, Texas. Mark Incorporated, the company that owns the aircraft, has not released a statement. And on Wednesday, crews worked to remove the three vehicles and plane from the crash scene, as well as clean up scattered debris. The intersection of Zacklands Parkway and Mockingbird is now fully reopened to traffic. Now to the case against Luigi Mangione. Prosecutors in New York taking a new step to build their case against him in the murder of a health insurance CEO, as we learn new details about where Mangione was spotted days before his arrest.
Sources tell ABC News prosecutors in New York are now presenting evidence to a grand jury as they work to secure an indictment against Luigi Mangione. An indictment would strengthen the case for extradition to New York, which Mangione is fighting. He's behind bars in a Pennsylvania cell like this one, charged in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione, an Ivy League graduate from a prominent real estate family, allegedly wrote about his criticism of corporate America and the U.S. healthcare system. But the NYPD says there's no indication Mangione was ever a client of United Healthcare.
He's so good looking and young, and he's just spending his time in Hawaii for a few months.
This woman says she spent time with Mangione last year during her vacation in Hawaii, attending a book club and playing volleyball together. She says Mangione showed no signs of the severe back injury he once described as debilitating.
I would say he's a winner in everything. Even in volleyball, he wanted to be the best. He always wanted to win. Book club, he wanted to be the one who actually read the book, who had the best answers and the questions for everything. So he's a winner all around.
A new report claims a San Francisco police officer recognized Mangione during the manhunt 4 days before his arrest at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania. The San Francisco Chronicle reports an officer recognized Mangione after his mother reported him missing in the area, and the officer alerted the FBI. Mangione's lawyer says he intends to plead not guilty. His extradition hearing is scheduled for December 30th. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Donald Trump rang the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange Thursday morning as he was recognized by Time magazine as its Person of the Year. The honors for the businessman turned politician are a measure of Trump's remarkable comeback from an ostracized former president who refused to accept his election loss 4 years ago to a president-elect who won the White House decisively in November. It was Trump's first time doing the honors, which have become a marker of culture and politics. The Victoria ISD Board president will not seek re-election at the end of his current term. Mike Mercer has served on the board for 6 years, representing District 7, becoming president of the board in 2021. His current term ends in May. Mercer says he's ready to step back. He's eager to spend more quality time with his family. He's confident the community is filled with talented individuals ready to take the reins and to continue to make a difference.
They've just got to have ears. You know, I learned really quickly on from some of the older board members when I got on, is that you can do so much more good in 5 minutes of listening than you can in 3 hours of talking. And I hope I've practiced that.
Mercer says he will return to public service, being an advocate for education in the community after a short break without providing any additional specific details. Big plans are made in the Crossroads for the Crossroads Heart and Stroke Walk in February. The walk is the largest in Victoria, and it's the biggest event for the American Heart Association. It's a year-round campaign aimed at raising funds to advance life-saving research, increase CPR education and training, and drive equitable health for all people.
The importance is engagement and education, and I think people need to know the importance of heart health, but not only that, life-saving measures, but also where they can get engaged and involved and be supportive in better lifestyles.
The 7th annual Crossroads Heart and Stroke Walk is set for February 1st at Riverside Park. Remember, follow us on our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:38 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. We take a look at a local nonprofit that works to close the hunger gap for seniors.
Additional drone sightings spotted across the Northeast. I'm Nicole D'Antonio with the response from Washington and why some lawmakers are calling for greater transparency.
And also coming up next after the break, today it's going to be a beautiful day all across Texas, but we'll take a look at how nice I think it's going to be near you. But as we go into this weekend, rain chances are coming back. We'll take a look at that coming up later.
Here's a look at what you can expect on Community Crossroads. We hear from the VISD Education Foundation. We also hear from a nonprofit from Port Lavaca, and we learn about an international student exchange program.
They're so happy to be here in the United States to learn the culture, to learn everyone to see what they do and what's their experience here in America.
Live in Cuero, we could still see some of the clouds that are rolling back on top of us, and these clouds will be with us all weekend long. But this morning, we are much warmer than we were yesterday. Yesterday, we were at freezing. Today, we're at 58 right now up in Cuero. Humidity is real high right now at 97%, but with levels that high and it being a little bit cool out there this morning, also a little bit of a breeze, I'm not really expecting too much in terms of fog. If you do see any, it's going to be really light, like I've been saying, but you can also see the cloud cover that we were just talking about on the Cuero camera. That's coming off of the Pacific jet stream that has returned over us today. That's going to continue over us for the rest of today and tomorrow, but also we got some low-lying clouds that will be moving over us. All that coming from the Gulf with the southerly winds returning for today. It actually came back yesterday. And actually, you can actually see you can see the cloud cover and the rain chances a little bit better here on your future clouds and radar for today. Here's 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and noontime. I'm thinking that the best chance for the rain activity today is going to be in the morning time. It's going to be spotty to ice-footed in nature. And there'll also be really light showers and sprinkles if you see any, and it'll last like maybe not even 5 minutes. So like I said, I don't think you're going to need the umbrella for today because it's going to be really light rain. Shower activity will die down a little bit in coverage going into the afternoon, becoming more spotty, and that will continue into tonight before the chances pick back up to 30% for tomorrow. But under the mostly cloudy skies and the scattered sprinkles and light showers we have out there today, we're looking at a lovely day in the some in the low 70s as well. I think it's 75 here in Victoria, about the same thing in Cuero, 74. But we're going to continue that trend into the weekend with highs in the 70s and low 80s before a couple fronts knock that back down, and we're going to look at that coming up next.
So last night we had 4 teams play in the state semifinal round, and now let's first begin with the Ganado Indians. They faced the Joaquin Rams there last night. The Ganado, they started off fast. How about a big time run there from Logan Burrs? Get into the end zone, and guess what? That would basically do it there for Ganado. They took care of business, got a lot of points scored, and they would win this game 35-14 here in this one. And again, for Ganado, they're going to face the Stanford Bulldogs there. And again, in the 2A Division I state championship there Thursday at 11 a.m. there at AT&T Stadium. Now over to Shiner. They faced the Bremen Tigers there last night in the 2A Division II state semifinals. And again, for Shiner, they took care of business as early as well. They didn't start off great, a touchdown there for Bremen, but then at the end of the day, Shiner got some big plays from Carson Schutte and other players, and they would win this game, hang on to win 41-33 over Bremen there in a high-scoring affair. Again, for Shiner, they're going to face the Munster Hornets there next Wednesday night there at 7 p.m. there at AT&T Stadium. And then for our other 2 teams, real quick here as well, Tidehaven lost there last night to the Woodville Eagles. They're 28-21, and Edna lost to a powerhouse team there in Columbus, 49-6 there last night. But great seasons there for both Tidehaven and Edna. This is Max Williams, 25 News Now Sports.
This morning, more questions about the mysterious drone sighting spotted across the Northeast. A growing number of lawmakers are now expressing concern.
This morning, additional reported drone sightings in Orange County, New York. The county executive saying there's no known threat to public safety at this time, and they're continuing to monitor closely.
That is not an airplane.
It comes as dozens of additional drone sightings across the Northeast cause confusion and concern. The White House, FBI, and Homeland Security using sophisticated electronic detection technologies to monitor the skies and continue to downplay any potential threat.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat or have a foreign nexus.
But local politicians aren't convinced.
Come on out, Mr. Kirby, and let's go on out one night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll go out behind my town hall, and you can count them with me all night.
Meanwhile, frustrations from Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill are growing, criticizing the lack of transparency. Senators from New York and New Jersey now sending a letter demanding a briefing on the reported drones that have flown over their states. The FBI, Homeland Security, and state police continue to investigate, and they urge the public to report any sightings. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We want to know, are you concerned about the recent drone sightings? Okay, let's take a look. 65% of you say yes, and 35% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. 1,000 meals are served to the homebound in Victoria and surrounding communities. Meals on Wheels of South Texas and H-E-B teamed up to sponsor these holiday meals as part of H-E-B's Feast of Sharing. This is the 5th year Meals on Wheels South Texas is taking part in this event. The meals are provided to homebound individuals at no cost.
Meals on Wheels provides a range of services to help older adults be able to stay in their homes and live nourished lives. We have our home delivered meal program that delivers meals to around 400 seniors in Victoria, DeWitt, and Goliad counties.
Texas also provides on-site dining at facilities in Victoria and Yorktown. The time is now 6:46 on our Friday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, this popular brand of mug is being recalled by its manufacturer. Could it be the one you use every day? Okay, it is time to celebrate those birthdays. Happy birthday to Deborah. Happy birthday, Deborah. Hope you have a great time celebrating on Saturday. We love you so much from your Victoria friends.
Aw, happy birthday, Deborah. And also happy birthday to Mackenzie. Happy 15th birthday, Mackenzie. We are so proud of the young lady you are becoming. Keep reaching for the stars and never give up. Love you so much from Grampy, Granny, Mom, Dad, and Sophia.
And happy birthday to Lucy. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Lucy. 80 never looks so good as it does on you. May God bless you and grant you many more years to come. Love you, mi vida.
Happy birthday, Miss Lucy. And also happy birthday to Mr. John. Happy birthday, John Z. I'm so proud of you, and I love you so much. You are the best son, father, brother, and all the above. We all love you, from your mom, sister, brother, and your beautiful children. Have an awesome day.
Happy birthday to Daniel and Doreen. Happy early birthday to my brother and sister. Love from your family.
Aw, happy birthday, y'all. And she's so depressed she acts like it's her birthday every day. But that's okay because she's celebrating one today. Happy birthday to Miss Taylor Swift. The pop icon is turning 35 today. I know Carolina's a big fan of that. She's a big Swiftie.
I've only been a fan for like a little over a year, Parker.
Really?
You exaggerate.
Oh, okay, well. To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
I don't have any friendship bracelets, none.
Oh,
so I can't be a true
really?
fan.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh my gosh, the time is now 6:48 on our Friday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today, or maybe you're celebrating this weekend.
That's right, or over the weekend. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I think I can safely say it was a bit of a cold one the last couple mornings, wasn't it? In fact, yesterday we got down to 30 degrees flat and surrounding parts of Victoria County. That's not in the city. We got down to 33 in the city. But that actually leads us to today's weather poll. That is freezing. So today I want to know, did you see any kind of frost on Wednesday or Thursday morning? Because actually I heard some of y'all did see that. And now it looks like the majority of y'all are saying yes, you did at 50%. Half of y'all that voted this morning are saying you did see some frost. 40% of y'all saying no, you did not. And I guess you could also say no because you weren't awake yet. Maybe you woke up at around 9. You didn't see the freezing conditions. But to vote on future weather polls, just go to crossroadstoday.com/vote-weather, and we'll continue having those for the rest of this weekend and next week as well. But like we were just saying, it was quite cold. We got to 30 flat in parts of Victoria County. Some northern counties got to the upper 20s. I think I saw 28 degrees reading reported somewhere in a weather station up north. But 72 was the high yesterday. We rose 42 degrees from the starting low temperature. That was our temperature yesterday. 42 degrees. That's impressive to me. But today it's going to be another nice one in the 70s. Why? Because we got lots of cloud cover over us, which is keeping our lows at bay in the upper 50s, low 60s. And that'll allow us to only warm up about 10, 15 degrees up into the 70s. But then going into next week, we're going to have a big weather pattern change because of the 3 big upper level low systems that are out there in the Pacific. Each one of those that you just saw there will move across the Rockies. And the first one will bring us some rain chances for this weekend. Second one brings us a front on Monday night. And the third one brings us a strong front on Wednesday night. And we'll take a look at all that and more coming up later on Sunrise.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, issued a recall for Stanley Switchback and Trigger Action stainless steel travel mugs sold in the U.S. According to the commission, the lid threads can shrink when exposed to heat and torque, causing the lid to detach during use, posing a burn hazard. This recall includes an estimated 2.6 million mugs sold in a variety of colors. The switchback models hold 12 or 16 ounces, while the trigger action mugs can carry 12, 16, or 20 ounces. The CPSC says consumers should stop using the mugs and contact Stanley for a replacement lid. The Federal Trade Commission says people are falling for online tax scams in record numbers. In the first half of 2024, financial losses from job scams soared above $220 million. Online tax scams make up roughly 40% of reported job scams. The FTC says these gamified job scams offer to pay for trivial work online, like interacting with post or rating restaurants. Some scammers ask for deposits ahead of time, and the victims never get that money back. 20,000 people reported incidents in the first half of this year, compared to 5,000 for all of last year. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A cyber attack on healthcare systems. We learn what kind of information the data thieves were after. France's embattled President Emmanuel Macron has appointed centrist ally Francois Bayrou as prime minister. He announced today as he seeks to calm a political crisis that has left his authority dwindling by the day. Macron's office made the announcement a week after the former office holder Michel Barnier lost a vote of no confidence, forcing him to submit his resignation. Bayrou ran for president 3 times before rallying behind Macron in 2017. The 73-year-old is the founder of the centrist Democratic Movement political party and mayor of the southwestern town of Pau. In California, it's been more than a week since PIH Health Whittier Hospital was targeted in a ransomware attack. The hospital is one of few healthcare systems in the metro Los Angeles areas that were affected. The cyber attack forced the computer and phone systems to go down and compromised other operations. The hackers involved now claim to have retrieved 17 million patient records that include personal and medical information. Officials say they're working with cyber forensic specialists on the issue. The 5th annual Christmas giveaway is happening this weekend in memory of Verlin Sandra Avery, former president and founder of the Old Landmark Committee. The committee will give away toys and food on Saturday from 11:30 to 4:30 at the American Legion Post 166 on East Santa Rosa Street. They're also in need of volunteers for the event. To contact Cynthia Robinson for volunteer information, call her at 361-550-8404. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at a cloudy sunrise over the water with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Parker Cox.
Yep, Carolina, you were right on the money. Look how cloudy it is over the coast this morning. All kinds of overcast skies out there. And I do think those mostly cloudy skies that you see right there will continue into today and all the way into tomorrow before we drop down to partly cloudy skies for Sunday. But this weekend, we're looking at a lovely, nice, warm weekend for mid-December. That's pretty warm if you ask me. 64 right now in Port Lavaca. That's already kind of warm for mid-December low temperatures. But out there right now, looking at your radar, we did have some scattered showers earlier. Most of that has died down. We got some left over in Matagorda County, but otherwise I do think more will form over the next couple hours, bringing us some spotty showers in the morning time, most of it dying off in the afternoon. But 73 for the high in Port Lavaca, very nice day. 75 in Victoria, same timing for the rain, and a little bit cooler Cuero. We're looking for 74 today. But if you like that weather, that's going to stay with us all weekend long, and actually we're going to warm up a little bit before 2 cold fronts come next week, and that's going to drop us back into the cool 60s.
Yes, it is, and thank you, Parker, and thank you all for being with us. Join Shauna, Don, Maclovia, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a great weekend.
That's right.